So welcome everyone. I'm Mandy from Suffolk Archives,
And I'm John Royal from Chronicle.
and we're here to talk about some exciting activities that we've been doing together for Suffolk Virtual Walking Festival 2021 together, aren't we, John?
Yes, indeed we are. But first, Mandy, why don't you tell us a bit about the Suffolk Archives?
Well, Suffolk Archives has three branches: Ipswich, Bury St Edmunds and Lowestoft, and we are the custodians of Suffolk's archival heritage. We have 9 miles of shelving, we have 900 years of history, and we have an estimated 93 million pieces of paper. I am the Community and Learning Officer for East Suffolk, and my role is about engaging more people around the county with their archival heritage. And that includes lots of projects and events and activities, and also delivering a schools programme and also ensuring that our partnership with the University of Suffolk is maximised.
That sounds amazing, Mandy, and what an interesting job you have. So, thinking about it, can you tell us some of the things that people, they might not realise are actually in the archives?
I think most people haven't got any idea what's in an archive because lots of people don't even know what an archive is. Basically, what we do is we collect Suffolk's documentary history, and what that originated from is really collecting local authority paperwork over 100 years ago. But over the years, that has progressed to us collecting anything from hospital records, school records, and moving more into collecting social history. So we're more about collecting people's experiences through diaries, letters, artwork, and oral history, which I think is quite interesting. What we also do is look into our collections and see where we've got gaps and where we're missing. So what we try and do is collect people's experiences of living in Suffolk now, and ensuring that we are representing all our groups in Suffolk society in our collections.
Okay, that's interesting, and I know, I've read a lot about it. I'm sure a lot of people listening to this will have done. The National Lotteries Heritage Fund and the new Hold building. So yeah, but can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yes, we have been fortunate enough to receive funding from the National Lotteries Heritage Fund and also Suffolk County Council and the University of Suffolk to ensure that we can continue to collect our archival heritage. At the moment, our shelves are full, so a plan was put in place to build a new archive centre on the Ipswich waterfront and on the University of Suffolk campus to ensure that we could continue to collect for at least the next 20 years. And that has culminated in a fantastic new building called the Hold. The Hold is the home of Ipswich Archives, but also has an expanded space so that we can have exhibitions. We have an exhibition gallery, we have a shop, and there's a cafe, and an amazing education space so we can have school groups in. But as we are also part of the University of Suffolk, we have a 200-seater auditorium and seminar rooms, so teaching can also happen in the building. And in addition to the building itself, as I've mentioned, my role is about also engaging more people around the whole county through a number of projects and activities and events. So it's a really exciting time for us.
Yeah, that sounds really interesting. Definitely. Yeah, very exciting time.
So moving on to the Virtual Walking Festival, John, can you tell us a bit more about the app that you have built?
Yeah, of course, Mandy. So, as you know, we built the smartphone app that lets us create digital walking trails. So basically, you can choose a trail on the app. It'll guide you to the locations on the trail. We use a bit of a kind of seek and discover model. So there's a little compass and it tells you to go, a few hundred meters that way. And gradually, as you get closer, you can be directed exactly to the spot. So it's a really good fun sort of app for all ages. That's the aim. And we're in the process of adding new trails for lots of places across Suffolk. We're aiming to help people basically get out and about, get connected to their local area and learn some really interesting things at the same time. So yeah, that's it. That's what it's about.
And especially help them learn something about their local history, right?
Yeah, definitely. Local history, especially about local history and local stories. Trying to get people connected to the places where they live and visit. And yeah, we've been developing some trails with the archives too, haven't we, Mandy?
Yes, absolutely, John. Over maybe the last 12 months now, we've developed a number of walking trails on your app. The original one was around Ipswich, which is absolutely amazing and picks up on some of the local history that I didn't know about, and I particularly are drawn to the Jewish cemetery, which is in the middle of a car park on Star Lane. Amazing history there, and also I learnt a lot about Our Lady Shrine in Ipswich, and it's just a really, really deep look at local heritage. But being able to look at it in person, it's a physical experience. It's really exciting. Another trail that we also launched with you is around the most amazing town of Eye, a really long history in Suffolk, going back to the Norman invasion. There's a castle, and there's the church St Peter and Paul's got the most amazing rood screens. And my favourite, I think, in Eye is the Crinkle Prankle Wall, which is always a favourite sort of landmark in Suffolk. So if you don't know anything about that, that's a really interesting trail. And we've also developed one just outside Eye at Eye Airfield, which has the most amazing history about the Americans who were based there, the 490th Bomber Division during World War II, and also has a really interesting history about the black servicemen who built that airfield originally as well. So that's a really, really interesting walk around the airfield there. We've also created a really wonderful heritage trail of Aldeburgh High Street, looking at buildings and the shops and the businesses and the characters along that high street, and really picking up on some people's local memories of some of those shops, and really harping back to an old time. So it's a really, really interesting trail as well. We've also developed trails of Clare Country Park and Hardwick Heath also at Bury St Edmunds, which are just really, really exciting. And that's really some of the trails that we've developed already with you, but we're also looking to create more trails around the county as well. And especially later in the year, we're looking at developing a trail in Felixstowe, Halesworth, and also hopefully in Lowestoft. So if anybody's out there and they're interested in getting involved with us, they can get in contact with us, and we certainly have discussions about a local trail where you live.
Definitely, and I'm really hoping that people will take advantage of those trails and have some really good fun along the way.
It's completely free too, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It is. You just download the app and off you go, basically.
And you can also download it from our website, www.suffolkarchives.co.uk.
And finally, Mandy, right, if you had to say why people should do this, why they should download the app, get out there and go on a walk, and you had to say that in 3 words, what would you say?
I can never say anything in 3 words, John. I'd say to start with place. You may be new to a place or know it already. I would say stories. Everybody's interested in a story. And also fun, because it is really enjoyable learning new things about the places that you live or travel to.
Well, you've already got fun. I was going to say fun. So I'll say enjoyable, interesting and different, I think. Or maybe a phrase, just do it. Or to try and say that in Suffolk phrase, just, what is it? Do it, boy. Or something like that anyway. Yeah, just get out there, do it.
Brilliant. Ralph Fiennes would be proud.
Great. Well, thanks, Mandy.